refrain from recording and put up in the social media. This is a directive given by the HQ, as Dr. Prabhu is a medical certified doctor that sits on board of many associations as members and committee. A guideline for the webinar: please kindly switch off your video if you are not in proper attire. Do not interrupt in between by unmuting your device. Please type in the chat for any questions with regards to health. This will be answered during the Q&A. We encourage participants to share your experience after drinking Terahertz water. Enjoy the presentation and improve your knowledge. For those who are first time in the Zoom, please kindly key in the chat 1 followed by the country. We are very honored to be able to invite our speaker, Dr. Prabhu. He has been a doctor in the ENT field for the last 32 years. He has been in the field of energy medicine, preventive healthcare, as well as stem cell. He holds a diploma in epigenetics. He's also a member of European Wellness Academy. Without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Prabhu on episode 47, Terahertz Resonated Water. Dr. Prabhu, over to you.
Very good evening, Linda.
Good evening.
Awesome evening. It's really exciting because from morning until now I've been busy sitting in this chair seeing my patients, and it's been fantastic that I've been preparing today's slides for the past 4 hours. I'm preparing, and today I think I want to give you something because there are a few guests from Australia and Singapore, and it was for them that I had to give prepare the slides in such a way that they understand the Terahertz technology and the water and its benefits. So it's an amazing game of journey wherein we are all here on this day, and it's beautiful that I'm completing 47 weeks, and I still can't believe that I've been walking this journey for 47 weeks and just 5 weeks to go. I think with all your blessings and assistance to me, in the next 5 weeks I'll be able to complete 1 year of my health talks on this platform with 365 days and 52 weeks, and it's a joy. Actually, I can't believe and I can't imagine the joy what I'm going through, because this is a beautiful fate I have been able to do with all your cooperation, your blessings and your enthusiasm. This is what has given me an edge for me to move forward and then share this knowledge what I've gained all these 32 years. So thank you very much, and I hope to finish the next 5 weeks and then it will be completing so we can celebrate the first anniversary of my this health talk. Now, as usual, we all have to get back to the subject, and I don't want to make it very serious, so that you should enjoy every moment of this presentation, and that's the reason I take every situation as an opportunity to prepare the slides in such a way that you all understand more easily, and the message I convey should be for every common man, so that out there for you all to go back and then speak to other people, things might be easy. So saying that, we can start off by asking, you can just whenever you're conversing with people, how do you like to promote this Terahertz product? It's very easy. Every living being needs water to drink, right? This is a very, very simple situation for every one of us. Now, if everybody has to drink water, so let's get into the little bit of statistics in the world. So what's happening in the whole world? Do you know what is the population of today? It's 7.8 billion people on this planet Earth. And today I had an opportunity to go and see the real time clock which has been running, and then the number of babies being born all over the world was something amazing, that I started doing a video recording, and I just stopped at 30 seconds, just 30 seconds, and you won't believe the number of souls or beautiful babies who are all being born on this planet Earth was a staggering 94 in number. Imagine, just for 30 seconds. So that means every second you blink your eye, 3 babies are born. You blink your eye, 3 babies are born. Now what's happening here? We are exponentially expanding our community on this platform Earth. And what do we do about it? Of course, the resources will go down, and then can you see here, out of the whole whatever the population I told you, 660 million still do not have drinking water. But still, when you look at the 9 out of 10 people are accessible to water, it's still good, isn't it? That means you and I are all the blessed being. That means it's an amazing situation for us. It's a beautiful situation for us. But on the other side, if you look at the most of the hospital, especially in the underdeveloped countries, what you see is it will be mostly water related diseases which is spreading down there, and then many children are dying because of dehydration and waterborne diseases. Now, saying this, what's happening is the water what you and I have been given by our Malaysian government or Singapore or from any other parts of the world, we should be really thankful. So how do we handle it? We need to take care of this particular water, whatever we are being given, in a manner that we don't waste water. We should know how to conserve the water, whatever we are being given. But frankly speaking, most of us are in the same boat where we just open the tap, especially guys when they are shaving, the water will be flowing there, and you know how much of water we are actually wasting. So we need to change the concept into a much more economical way, and then see to that we conserve water. And not only that, when we do that, there can be that particular water being accessible to other people who are really desperately in need of water. Saying that, we are all blessed souls with this journey, and definitely you should say thank you God for giving us this beautiful day today, and then with water, and such of those who are having food to eat also is another amazing blessing, and such of those who have a shelter to live, it's another amazing blessing. So, and you have clothing to wear, that's another amazing blessing. So with all these beautiful blessings, as we go deeper into this water, now the question would come, yes, we are all having the water to drink. So the question will be, are you drinking the water with the right properties? Now this question wouldn't have arisen probably in the past 40 years. Nobody would have asked you what kind of filter you have, from where do you procure the water. Nobody would have asked. It would have been directly pipe water. We would have boiled the water and would have been drinking the water. But today, in the past 20 years, things have gone a little more in a serious note, that definitely the water what we are consuming has to be reassessed, and we need to relook into, hey, what are we drinking? Are we drinking the right kind of water? Now there is another area where, of course, whatever the supply from our governments, we get the water, doesn't look very clean as well, but it should be a clean water, but we are not getting a clean water. And in my condo, if you see, the water will be like the tea color. Actually, it will be totally dark brown. And even my filtration system with 2 huge filters, within a week the whole system gets clogged. We have to do a backwashing. That's the fate of our journey, but what we can't do anything. We have to see to that, how do we handle it. So best thing would be is you need to invest money for a filter. So when you're looking at the properties, what is that we need to really look into is, the very simple problem I need to show to you is, there are around 60 to 70% of the world population, like people who are, like I said, told you, 9 out of 10 people have access to water. In spite of getting the access to water, still these beautiful souls do not drink sufficient amount of water. Now then, where is the problem? The problem is, most of us are so busy that we don't bother to look into that we need to hydrate ourselves. Until when? Until the cell starts craving for water. Many times when the cell craves for water, you may not even know that like it's craving for water or it's asking for water. But that situation will go on because the 50 trillion cells will compensate in some other form, and then one by one the cell starts dying, and then most of the time what will happen is, it will create other related problems wherein it will be related to dehydration. Just for example, I'll give you number one. If your cells are not well hydrated, your RBCs, which is supposed to carry your oxygen inside, what will happen is there will be less oxygen. If there is less oxygen, what will happen? definitely your cellular oxygenation will be less. If the cellular oxygenation is less, what can happen? Worst come worst, you may feel a little tired, you may yawn a little bit, you may feel sleepy a little bit, less of oxygen, right? Now, but where is the problem? It's because there was a little bit of dehydration. That means the water was not sufficient. It's a simple situation. But the moment you have all these symptoms and you go to a clinic and then you tell the doctor, hey doctor, I'm yawning a lot, I feel very tired, and what they will look at it, definitely they will look at some issues. The first question is maybe do you have diabetes, do you have a blood pressure or any other related diseases. And many times what happens, frankly speaking, we won't even find a diagnosis for the person and we'll say sorry, we don't know, but we'll put you on some treatment and we'll send you back. But at the end of the day, the problem was you didn't drink sufficient amount of water. That's the situation then. So now when this has become a common problem that the world is facing without, it's like a hidden thing which is behind, you don't see it very frankly and very clearly, that's where you think that, hey no, I have been okay, and suddenly you develop a problem. Now what we need to understand is we need to correct this. Just drinking water, whether you're going to eat food or not, it's still okay, but at least if you can drink sufficient amount of water, what will happen is you will definitely get hydrated well, and then definitely you will be able to move forward. Now very simple, how are you going to know whether you're hydrated or not? On the left side what you see is the RBCs. This is a live blood analysis wherein we you prick your fingertip and then we put the drop on a glass slide and then put it on a microscope, and we can see it on your screen down there, a live thing. What will happen is something like this is there in your analysis. When we see something like this, what is the situation? The situation is that most of the cells are clumped together. Now if all these guys are together, how are they going to carry the oxygenation to your cells? Now the same person, what we will do is normally we will give them a glass of 200 ml of Terahertz water, and then we, after 15-20 minutes, we'll ask them, hey, come back, and then we do another blood test. What happens? On the right side what you see, it's the same cells which were on the left side, which is all clumped here. On the right side what you see is all individually separate, and then they are moving around. You can see that you will enjoy that moment, the moment you see your cells are so hydrated, and moving forward. But over a period of time, when you can consume this water, and if your cells are all independently moving around without getting attached to each other, what will happen is you can see a glow around the ring, around the cell. It's something so beautiful. You will be able to see the glow. That means once a cell is hydrated, I think they will be saying, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity of drinking water that you people are drinking, and I am here beautifully glowing. It's like stars, they glow in the dark, something like that. These guys, the cells in our blood will also be glowing in the dark, and they will be so happily running around, carrying the oxygen, carrying the nutrients, and the guys will try to remove the waste products. All will happen very beautifully. It's so beautiful that when you can do this by drinking sufficient amount of water, can you imagine the amount of happiness your cells are going through? They will be very happy. Only thing, they don't have a mouth to ask you, hey man, come on, drink little water. I need it. I need to carry the oxygen. I need to go and wash my vessels inside, in the cell. I need to do all this. They don't have a mouth to talk to you. Now that's the reason we take an undue advantage in the name of being busy, in the name of working, in the name of totally a busy scheduled person, and no time for even drinking water. Now this is where we need to rethink over. Now if at all, if you are living in a city, now what do? If you are living in a city, the pollution definitely is very, very high. If the pollution is high, the amount of dehydration which you are going through will be much higher. Other than that, the second drawback for you and me is, if you all are so comfortable, the moment you get into a room or office, the first thing we do is switch on the aircon. But imagine 40 years ago, 50 years ago, where was the aircon? But people were working in the factory, still they were working in the office. They were using a normal pedestal fan, or maybe a ceiling fan was there, that's it. But how come they all could run their journey? And of course they were all holding high positions like a managing director or CEO. They still had everything, but they didn't have the comfort of having an aircon. But today we have an air conditioning system wherein, so now if you have an air conditioning system, you will never feel thirsty at all. Now imagine your cell inside is craving for water, and it cannot even talk to you because you're so comfortable in the aircon and then sitting there. Then what happens? these kind of situation over a period of time is a health hazard for us. And then once you start getting a disease, what do you want to do? You will run from one hospital to another hospital to another hospital until they make a diagnosis. But by the time they make a diagnosis for you itself, it will take some time, and you will also be fed up that going to a hospital, coming back, because they are not able to. Of course, the investigation goes on and on and on and on, and everything normal. Now, for everything is normal, but still you have a problem. Now, this is where you need to understand that you take self-responsibility, right from drinking water to the food what you eat, the environmental condition outside where you live, the kind of bedroom, the air filters inside, your plants, your exercise, all these play a very, very important. So hydration can be checked by a drop of blood. It can be done. So it's easy for you to know whether you're hydrated or not hydrated. Now, when this is the situation today, what's happening? This is where we are here down on this platform to talk about the terahertz resonated water. Now, what's so big deal about this terahertz of course resonated water is, in fact, of course, once again I am to tell you that the population is dehydrated. Yes, we all are, it's all okay. Now, what are you going to do here? We need to work on this. How do we do that? Now, what are the effects of water? Where does it represent? So when you look at this, water represents an average of 70% of our body weight in an adult, and out of which the brain is as 70% of water, 80% is in your heart, 68% in your lungs, then in your kidneys is 83%, then when you're looking at in your bones is 22%. So we do have been designated with the percentage of water in each organ. Now, when this is the situation, so imagine the amount of water you drink plays a very, very important role. And what are the benefits you get? Definitely, one of the benefits is your blood circulation. What happens? Most of us, whether you believe it or not, our circulation, your blood becomes thicker as you age. As you age, the blood becomes thicker. When the blood is thicker, what happens? The flow definitely will be difficult. That is where, if you see, most of the time when the doctors, maybe if you go for a blood pressure, or maybe you go with a chest, your heart related situation, what happens is the doctor will put you on a blood thinner. Now, why do they put a blood thinner? Is when the blood becomes thin, it's more easy to flow, right? Now, the good news for all of us is, when you're drinking a terahertz resonated water, it thins your blood. Actually, it dilutes. Now, that's something amazing, something naturally, without a medication, it does naturally. Now, when it does that naturally, what happens? Definitely your blood circulation and your peripheral circulation is much, much better. But many times it is not just this water is going to improve your circulation, and then you are going to say that, hey doc, I've been consuming this water for so long, and then still my blood circulation is still the same, nothing much improved. So now there are other factors we need to look into. I am not going to details on that, but here, what is the second benefit of water? When you drink the sufficient amount of, the second benefit you get is your metabolic waste. That means inside the cell they do some work, right? Like your washing of vessels, you need water, something like that, where you need to clear the waste, the water does that. Nutrition absorption, for nutrients to be absorbed from your gut system, whatever food you eat, you need appropriate water. That is when it becomes like a transport system. Like in those days where people used to go from one continent to another continent in the ship, and water was the main source where they used to travel. In the same way, if you're looking at nutrients, water plays a very, very important role for you to transport your nutrients. Other than that, thermoregulation. Now, this is another beautiful situation. Now, wherever you go, what happens? They will have one thermometer in the hand. They will go on checking you, how much is the temperature, how much. This has become a nonsense sometimes, wherever you go to 10 shop will say check your temperature. Now the best part is, there's one machine, you go to put your forehead there, check the temperature, you write it down, or probably it notes down and says that your temperature is normal. But it's become I think in a normal sense, I would say this is actually a hindrance in our day-to-day life. It is difficult, but what can you and I do? We can't do anything, we can't change. Even if I want to change, I cannot change, because if I go to a shop, that fellow will say whether you like it or not, check your temperature, then come inside. Otherwise, don't come inside. And the other thing, of course, they will ask you whether you have been immunized or not. All this is there. It's still okay. So the thermoregulation, your temperature is being regulated by water. If you have dehydration, the thermoregulation get disrupted. If the thermoregulation disrupts, then of course what happens? Like for example, if there is a hot atmosphere outside, that means because it's a sunny day and you don't have a air conditioner, what happens? When you're sitting in that room, what will happen is your blood vessels will start opening up. Why? Because when the heat is down there, it has to prevent your body from becoming hot. So thermoregulation. But at the same time, if you feel very cold, what happens? Your vessels will contract. So when the vessels contract, automatically your temperature is not let outside. So you will feel a little warm. See, these are all normal mechanism in God's creation. It's done automatically. You are not putting a switch to your body and telling, hey, look, outside the temperature is very cold, better you do something or wear a blanket inside. You don't tell anything, but the body will do. It's such a beautiful mechanism God created to us. What are you doing? How are you taking care of yourself? This is where your human intelligence, you need to utilize to the best of your abilities. Do not ignore your body. It's very, very important. So drinking water plays a very, very important role. And of course, finally, the metabolism. Metabolism is something happening inside your cell. This is where we call it as a metabolism. That means you're, for example, you're eating carrot. What will happen? From the carrot, you need vitamin A, right? The vitamin A is to be absorbed and it will be taken to your cell inside, and the cell will absorb it and utilize it. Now, which are the areas we will maximum absorb is your eyes. Your eyes needs vitamin A, so automatically it will go there and get absorbed. Like this, the metabolism of each vitamin, minerals, trace elements. Do you know how much of vitamins and minerals, trace elements you need per day? It's minimum 90 plus per day. Some of us very proudly will say, Doc, I'm taking vitamin C, I'm taking vitamin E, I'm taking omega-3. This is a very common style of every human being saying I'm taking. Is it sufficient? Are you supposed to take only vitamin C? Just because you get a flu, you'll take vitamin C. Just because now COVID, you'll take vitamin C, vitamin E. You will just bombard your body with so many things, but ultimately you still fall sick, right? Now why? This is where you need to understand. First, you need to understand what's your body. You need to speak to your body. Your body speaks to you. Only thing, you don't understand the language what it speaks. For you to understand the language what your body speaks, you need to be in an awareness mode. Awareness is what? You should just close your eyes and feel your body, what it is talking to you.
Dr. Prabhu, Linda here. I'm very sorry. Your voice is getting softer. Can you louder? Speak louder.
Is it
or
very
is there?
loud?
Because there are some feedback that they are very the voice is very soft.
All right. Now is it okay?
So sorry. Yes. Thank you.
Now it's better, right? Okay. My humble apologies for this, Cindy. My humble apologies. Anyway, no worries. I believe we have rectified it. All right. Now these are the 5 main functions of the water. So what do we do now? What is the next thing we need to do is we need to give me a minute. Okay, the body balancing system, that's another thing which we are talking. Okay, now what is that according to the WHO? WHO is something which we all look forward, especially from the medical fraternity and from, of course, in a general public. WHO gives a lot of guidelines for the water quality. So what does it say is, it says that drinking water must be rich in essentially, especially trace elements and minerals. It should be there inside. Now if you look at, there are a lot of filtration system available in the market which actually filters out everything, and then finally it gives you a bland water, which is not at all good for your body and for your organs. So what is the exact criteria for your water, or by the WHO is number 1, the water must be drinkable or potable. We call it as potable water. Number 2, it must be free from heavy metals and pesticides. Now what are the heavy metals we are talking? The heavy metals are the lead, arsenic, cadmium, aluminium. These are the things which we say it should not be there in the water. The reason is, for example, if there is a factory which is throwing out all the lead out into the river stream, there, of course the water will get absorbed into the soil down there, and then from there if there is any bore well there and then people are drawing the water, then it will have a lot of heavy metals. Now this is one. Another one is if your pipes are all rusted, your metal pipes, your aluminum or your what is that, GI pipes, you know, galvanized pipes, if they get rusted, what happens? And the water passes through is definitely it picks up a lot of iron and then it comes to your home. Now this is where you need to see to that your filtration system should be so good that you don't have any heavy metals, then pesticides, then of course radiation. If there is any atomic research centers nearby, or even the external sun radiation, these are also actually it does affect our water quality. Then other than that, of course your water should not have bacteria, viruses, it should not have fungus, then it must be free from all the parasites. Now many of you would have chatting, like people would have been given the deworming medicines, right? Now why is that? Because definitely we will have parasites inside our stomach and intestines, but the problem is they are happily living there, they don't give you trouble, so you are also very happy. So the best option for all of us is to clear the parasites and worms, we need to deworm ourselves at least 6 months once. We need to deworm, and especially if you are consuming a lot of non-vegetarian, please do deworm yourself every 6 months to 1 year once. But in a general perspective, what happens? The deworming is only given to children. Below 12 years, you take to a pediatrician. The pediatrician, have you dewormed the child? Okay, fine, every 6 months you give. But how about the adults? The good news is the hair analysis which I do regularly, I found that invariably every other adult will have a worm infestation, which signals are picked up by our hair analysis. Then that's when we all started treating the patients, even adult patient, with deworming. So in that way our water should be so clean that it should not contain all this, and it must have a little bit of minerals and trace elements. If it is there, definitely it is good. So with all these properties, you need to have the normal water. We are not talking about any resonated water. Even if you are drinking a normal potable water at home, it should have all these properties for you to drink, so that it is safe. Now when we are talking about the water, definitely you need to understand that there is something called the water gates in our cell. We talk about the cell because I'm a specialist in epigenetics, where we deal with cellular system of operating. Now when you're talking about water quality, what happens is this guy 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗧 is the first person wherein he discovered something to do with the aquaporins, and then he was talking about the molecules of H2O and how it goes inside. Now, so he did get a Nobel Prize for this particular innovation, where he picked up that the cell do have a gate which is called aquaporin, wherein the water channels or the water molecules goes through the water channel. So now what is happening is, before we proceed further, you just need to know that there are different frequencies of the water available, water and other liquids which are available out there. Now when you start from the milk is almost 210 hertz, so now what is the option you have for such of those down there who are all using milk regularly? Don't you think it's a good advantage for us to terahertz the milk and then drink it up, terahertz, and then make a coffee or tea, or probably you want to give it to your baby, you can terahertz the milk and then give it to them. So what happens? From 210 size of the molecule, it will come down to 7.6 is a terahertz. Don't you think it becomes more easy for the digestion, more easy for your absorption of milk? So that means when you are drinking a terahertz resonated milk, the advantage is whatever the nutrients having is in the milk will be easily able to be absorbed by your body. So that is an advantage. But other than that, when you look at the normal tap water, your distilled water, all are big molecules. But for you to understand the water, especially if you are talking the ideal size of the water molecule, if it is between 40 to 60 hertz, is good enough for the water molecule to go inside. It's good enough. But the good news for all of us is our molecule is much more smaller, much more easier. Now this is where, if you are looking at today's business market, especially when they are promoting amino acids or proteins, they are talking about peptides. Peptides are nothing but the smallest molecule of the protein down there, very small. So what happens? It becomes easy for you to get absorbed. Like if you are normally in a kidney failure patient, doctors will say you are not supposed to consume protein drink and protein. Why? Because protein is a bigger molecule. But there has been clinical studies done wherein when you are consuming peptides, it's still okay because it can go through, pass through and come out. It's not a problem. It will not go create problem for your kidneys. So in that way, peptides are much more easier. So what the ultimate information, what is it? The smaller the molecule, the better for you. It's easier for you. So in that way, terahertz is almost 7.6 hertz. And the other good news is we all know that our Earth, they call it a Schumann's frequency. It's 7.83 is Schumann's frequency. Now Schumann's frequency is something which actually is above our Earth. We call it the ozone layer, right? Now the ozone layer has the Schumann frequency of 7.83, and this is where it protects us from the harmful radiation from the sun, from outside coming onto the earth and then falling on us. So it's a beautiful vibration frequency which nature has given us. So now when you're looking at our 7.6 is almost near what 7.83 and 7.6 is not too big a difference. So that means this water is more or less good enough for all your cells to be absorbed, and it is safe for you, and there are a lot of goodness by drinking this 7.6 terahertz water. Now what are the various methods we can do the resonating of water is, of course, chanting of mantra, singing of hymns. You can use the music, you can use musical instrument, and one of the most beautiful musical instrument I would recommend, if at all you want to resonate water, use a flute. The flute music, you should try it actually, wherein you switch on the flute music and keep the water near the speaker and see how it changes. Definitely the frequency of the water will change, and then when you drink, definitely it has all the good qualities of lower frequency. Now magnetizing of water is another area where you can resonate the water. Ozonation is another area, but 2019 Terahertz company, which is a Malaysian company here, but of course our manufacturer is from China, wherein they are the manufacturers and they have been the main innovators and product patent holders. In that way, what happens is when you are a patent holder, the good news and advantage for all of us is that this product nobody else can copy, because it's your own product and you have worked on it and you have brought out. So what will happen is when you are looking upon on upgradation of the product, it's more easier for the same company to upgrade. But if the same company is buying the terahertz, probably just that diode from another company, and that company closes and goes, then we will have a big problem. But here we don't have that area, that issue, probably because it's all our own company and they are a part of our marketing down here in Malaysia. So it's a good news for us. So imagine from 2019 until 2021, it's almost 2 years, and there are a lot of benefits which people have been benefited by drinking this water. Now saying that it's of course a new technology for many of them. You can ask anybody, they will say, have you heard of terahertz technology? They will say no. And what is it all about? This is something they will be. But terahertz technology has been there for almost from 1980 actually. But in 2000, early 2000, what happened? US and other countries from Russia and other countries, they were actually doing a lot of research on terahertz technology. But incidentally, China, what happened was 2005, they started picking up this terahertz technology. They started working on it, and in 2015, they came out with the first patent model of terahertz resonating device. And that time it used to take almost 2.5 to 3 hours, to resonate. It will take a long time. That's the first generation. Then the second generation came in, which was almost around 30 minutes. 30 minutes to 1 hour you have to wait before the water gets resonated. But now ours is the third generation, which is 3 minutes your water is resonated. So that means they have upgraded in the past 5 years from being the just basic model to a highly advantage model. But now the 2021 October, they have come out with another new product, which is a tabletop model, wherein you can pour in the water and then instantly you can get a terahertz water. Plus advantages, you can get a hot water warm water, or the temperature which you choose to have in the water. It's up to you. So it's something they are innovating. So this is something very, very beautiful that we are able to see all this. Now, where are this terahertz technology used? Of course, in the military radar and the airport security system, where to scan forfeited products it can be. And of course, in our medical fraternity, the future is going to be with our terahertz magnetic MRIs or CT scans or X-rays. It is going to be terahertz technology, and it will be a boon for all of us, because when you expose the terahertz technology, the amount of negative effects or the unfavorable effects is much lower. So in that way it is good. Now your phones, in Malaysia we are still not completed with the 5G technology. I think by December we will be coming with 5G technology, but the world out there, they are already talking about 8G technology. 8G, they are already doing a research and they are working. Now the 6D technology will be terahertz technology. Now once 5G finishes, I think they will go back to the 6G and then start moving forward. But incidentally, we have something which is common for every one of us to use. That's our terahertz resonating device, which is, you can resonate your water with a beautiful jug which the company has provided. You can actually resonate the water. So when you're looking at the uses of terahertz technology, you can use it in many areas. But incidentally, for you and I, right now the water is something which is easily available, and it's been there in the market for almost 2 years now. So it's beautiful. So it's easy for you to use it because it's portable. Now if you're looking at the terahertz device by itself, the terahertz device by itself functions from 0.6 hertz to 1.4 hertz terahertz. But our terahertz unit, when you take an average of 0.6 to 1.4, the average the device emits is 0.96. This is an average. So that's why this unit is emitting a terahertz resonation of 0.96, so which acts on the water molecules actually. So this is something very beautiful. And what happens when the water molecules, instead of being a cluster, as what you see in the picture here, and it becomes a linear, that means when you resonate with a terahertz device, what happens, the water all become in one line. So when they are in one line, automatically the penetration of the water molecule going inside the aquaporin is much more easier. So your cells are much easily hydrated. Now this is where you can see what I showed you in the previous slide, wherein you prick one drop of blood and put it on the slide, and then you can see your blood. If it is clumped, that means hydration not good. If it is after drinking terahertz water, within 15 minutes, what happens, your cell gets hydrated. So that means the water goes inside easily. It's amazing, and it's beautiful, and it's what we all are looking forward. Without you and I going and telling our body, please do the needful, the body knows what to do. When it has the benefit of being the smallest molecule, the water becomes much more easier. Now these are the certain things which you can actually, people have done the experiments, and then when you're using a normal water and when you're using a terahertz water, what happens is it gets hydrated, right? So you see your green leaves, any vegetables, if you're going to wash and then use a terahertz water, what happens is it gets life. In fact, I can show you my this one down here, wherein you can see the water with my flowers. I'm going to show you something here. Can you see the yellow color flowers here, what I'm showing you? Now this is with terahertz water I have soaked in. In fact, this flower, when I bought it, it was early morning I bought it, and by the time I came to the clinic was in the evening. So by the time I came back, all the flowers were almost dull and soggy. So what I did, I just put them inside there and put the terahertz water, and within next 1 hour, you won't believe, all the petals of the flower become so stiff, and then it looks as though they are very fresh. And this is almost 4 days. Can you believe the flowers look so fresh after 4 days? So this itself is an indication when a flower can get so much of benefit. But the flower did not ask me any question, hey doc, this water you're putting for me, will I get any problem? Will my heart have a problem? Will my lungs have a problem? Will my stem will have a problem? Will my babies will have a problem? They never questioned me anything. But the beauty is they just drink, because they know that terahertz water is something to do with nature. When it's nature, it will automatically get absorbed. Now there is one beautiful saying down here which I would like to share is, especially those days, of course, how will you know whether water is clean water or whether it's a polluted water? Especially those days where they were using horses for traveling from one place to another place. What they will do is they will go leave the horse near a stream. Now if the water can be drank by the horse, that means it's a clean water. That's an indication. Now imagine the horse, how intelligent it must be that it knows whether it's clean water or polluted water. Whereas you and me, in spite of explaining all this with 30 slides, and then for the past 1 year I am doing, still people will have one little doubt and say, doctor, this Terahertz water, can we do this? Can we drink like this? Can we do like this? This is a doubt invariably we human beings have. I am not denying we should not have. We should have doubts, definitely. You should ask questions. You should get, but how long do you want to go on asking questions? You need to get used to it. You need to, what you need to do is you experience it. Once you experience, things will be much more beautiful. So coming back to the vegetable, so you can use this water for washing your vegetables, washing your rice, use it for what is that? Very important, cooking. Beautiful. When you can cook your vegetables and your food with Terahertz water, what will happen? Amazing. The rice will be very soft, And the most important, when you can wash these vegetables with Terahertz water, all the pesticides and other ingredients which is unfavorable for you will be cleared. So you don't need a separate solution of water and other things for you to to clean your whatever vegetables and other food materials. So now what you can do is, other than drinking the water, you still can use Terahertz water for other purposes, which I will probably show you now when you're looking at the goodness of this water, it has got the one of the most beautiful, it's like a slippery liquid, with the viscosity is -680. It's quite high, very high, and with that high viscosity, it's like slippery. When you drink the water, it goes inside and gets inside faster into your cells. It's much slippery. So when this is the goodness of this water, the absorption definitely is much better. Then your blood thinning is also better. Then your lipid metabolism, your microcirculation, everything. You can name it actually. You will. It's a holistic benefit you get when you are consuming this water. Now, other than that, the properties. It has got antibacterial, antioxidant, anti-radiation, antiviral, antifungal, anti-aging. All these are all additional benefits. Now, if a water molecule has the lowest frequency with the lowest viscosity, automatically I think it gets all these benefits of being an antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, antioxidant, and anti-radiation. All these are all bonus you get with this water when the water quality goes into that particular lowest level. Now in that way, of course, we do have all the certifications wherein you can see the certificate taken by our company, and then it has definitely authoritatively you can see that it is this research and all this, whatever we claim that it has been done, it is there. The certification is already there. Now, other than your drinking water, the number two, I told you, you can use it for your food, wherein you can wash your vegetables, you can do all that. Other than that, you can use it, especially beauticians down there. You can use this water to spray, especially if you're using it for the facials. You can use this water spray and then use your cream and other thing. What will happen is there is much better hydration. If you can see our one of the 001 is our George Neo. What he does is, you should see him, he'll be having a spray all wherever he goes, he'll be having one. And then the best part I love seeing him is, every few minutes you will see him, he will take the spray and it will spray on the face. Now that's something I saw George Neo has been doing. So this particular spray is something very beautiful. You can use it for your face. But the other thing, areas where you can use the sprays, I use this spray especially for ironing my cloths. I use this spray. So I think that when I iron the spray and then when I iron my cloths, I think it becomes an antibacterial. It's good actually, and the odor, especially, of course, my body doesn't smell, but normally if your body smells, what you need to do is you can spray this Terahertz water on your cloths and then iron it up, and then you wear and see. Probably you may have a lesser amount of odor coming out of your body, but as you're drinking the water, definitely as a detox, proper detox. See, why most of the time our body has a odor is because our gut is not very clean, our detox system is not very good, so that is how your body starts smelling. But if you can consume this water regularly, proper nutrition, you take care of your intestines, definitely your body should not smell, actually should not have any odor specifically which is unfavorable. Now, other than that, of course, we do have a lot of testimonies. If what you see is white hair, this is, I think, an American wherein the white hair and it becomes black automatically after consuming this water. Now, if you look at, there are definitely a lot of. Just today morning, I did receive a photograph from a person from Australia. He did buy the device in sometime in August, and then he did take I did tell him specifically to take a photograph of his face, and today, after I think it's 2 months and 10 days, he did send me another photograph. I can see a fantastic change. The face is much brighter and the glow is there. So he's consuming this water. So like that, what happens is, it is you can see some real changes in the face of the person. And we have not one testimony or two testimonies. There are a lot of testimonies where people's sugar levels, can you believe, from 25, this guy on the left, what you see, 25, now it goes down to 4.2, and people who cannot walk can walk, and especially a dry skin wherein, of course, when you normally go to a skin specialist, they would give you a hydrochloric cream or steroid cream, but ultimately when you're drinking water, what happens? The most beautiful is your body is intelligent. This is what you need to understand, is your body is very intelligent. You don't need to teach anything. Only thing is, you need to drink the water sufficient amount to hydrate yourself. Now this is important. You need to drink water to hydrate yourself. Do not drink water to cure a disease or to cure yourself. Don't do that. Hydrate yourself. What happens? Once hydration happens, your body knows what to do. It will go and do the job. You don't have to do any specific instruction for them. So in that way, we have not one testimony or two testimony. We have thousands of testimonies here in Malaysia, and of course, the other countries also. We are receiving information wherein people are getting the benefit. But we do get people do say that diabetes, especially, they have been drinking the water and not much of improvement they see. That's still okay. See, what happens is, if 100 people are going to drink the water, it's not that all the 100 people will definitely get the benefit. Maybe 2 people may not get the benefit, or maybe they will get the benefit in a different form, or maybe little later. So we do not know. But by itself, water is good for you to drink, and by itself, water is needed for you to live alive on this planet Earth. When we are talking about the improvement, of course, it is all individual, and individually, if you see, there are a lot of people who have seen benefits within 2 weeks. There are a lot of people who have seen benefits in 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. There are benefits available, but as I shared you in my video, which the company was playing in the initial stage, my uric acid, yes, uric acid did come down after drinking Terahertz, and it's something so beautiful. But at the same time, I need to share that after some time, if my food habits, I did try this, okay, in the past I think 2 months, of course, there was a little deviation from me to get into a food habits where I used to eat a lot of nuts actually, and especially peanuts I was eating a little more. What happened? Automatically my uric acid shot up once again. It was around 330, but I didn't bother much. I started drinking more Terahertz water, and then after 1 week, I think I saw once again that the uric acid has gone down beautifully. So in that way, each of you will have different ways of approaches, and the body responding will also be definitely different. Now in that way, it is always worthwhile for all of us to pick up this particular device for us on a healthy note, that if you get one device, what will happen is your whole family can drink. It's not only for drinking, it is going to benefit for washing your vegetables, using it for your cooking. You can resonate your oil. Like this, if you have pets, you can start spraying the water on your pets. You can spray Terahertz water onto your plants. So you have not one benefit, two benefit. There are multiple benefit by investing for this particular device, and in that way, definitely Terahertz water is resonated water is something which I think to override this concept and then get another new device with a different concept, it will take another 5 years for another new device to come, wherein probably if they come also, it might be instant, like you pour water outside, you open the tap, you will get a Terahertz water. Maybe that might be the future innovation, but for now this particular device is good enough for all of us. It's portable, easy. Now the company has come out with a tabletop model, and of course the patent device, the certification, everything they have picked up from China, and one of the most important certification is from the military in China. To get a certification from them, especially for this Terahertz resonating device, is not easy, but the company has already got it. That means the quality they are maintaining is definitely very high, and they maintain a very high standard for them to manufacture this particular device. And for us, we are just using the device, so it's much more easier for us to move forward. But definitely on this platform, I will definitely say that from a medical perspective, definitely it is not a medical device, and we don't promote this particular device as a medical device. And then of course we don't say that you drink this water, this disease will get cured. We don't do that. Why? Because we do not have any much clinical study for us to show you. But in Malaysia itself, we have more than 1,000 testimonies where people have improved. But what we can do is we collectively do that, and then of course we make it into a booklet, and then of course we need to present it into a medical forum, and then we get certified that yes, this particular research has been authorized and they have done this job, and this is the improvement they have done. But all this will take time, and by the time you realize that someone is scientifically showing you that clinically this is the improvement you get, it will be another 5 years down the line. But for us, this is a much safer water to drink, and then definitely it is advisable that we should give it a try. But maybe for each individual the requirement may be different to start off. But for everyone, I would request you is you can start off with 500 ml per day. Try it for first 3 days to 5 days. Drink only 500 ml of water, and then the second week increase it to 1 liter, the third week increase it to 1.5 liters, and the fourth week you increase it to 2 liters. That means in 1 month's time you are giving an opportunity for your body to balance itself, so that there won't be any people call it as healing crisis, or people, I would say that your body would respond quite badly sometime when you drink water. The water can get collected in your lungs, and then you will feel breathless. It can this is all situation where your body can respond in a different manner. So it's always safe to go from a smaller amount, then increase it. Your body also understand, because you have been drinking a normal water with a bigger molecule all the while, and suddenly you're drinking a water with a smaller molecule. So what happens? The body also will be thinking, this guy all the while has been drinking the filtered water or the normal water from the tap, and today he is drinking Terahertz water, which is much more smaller. What should I do? Should I do anything or not? But at the end of the day, what will happen is your body will definitely accept. It is good, it will accept it. Just like as I showed you the flower, even the animals, pets, you should try this on your pets. When you spray the water on your pet, especially your dogs or cats, you just observe. Next time you hold the spray in front of the cat or a dog, the dog or a cat will come and then show the body, so that you spray once again, because they know that this water is good. They would love the water. So when they love the water, why shouldn't you love the water? You also should love the water and start using it, drinking it, spraying it. So revolutionizing the way you drink your water, from just drinking pure water or a filtered water, start drinking a resonated water. Why not? You should do this. And with this, thank you very much for joining us on this platform. And then I think it's time I would be coming back next week with some other topic. But definitely I want to complete the 5 more weeks, and beautiful journey of 365 days on Terahertz, and this will be going to be a milestone in my journey, because for a company, until now I have never done this, and this is for the first time. Terahertz company gave me an opportunity. George, thank you so much. Linda, Jackie, Brian, and every one of you, everyone who are all participating on this platform, thank you very much. Because of you, I am here today. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful, pleasant Sunday night and a beautiful week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Prabhu. There are some questions that I need you to help me to answer.
Absolutely.
Yes. Question number 1. Soak the vegetables for how long to get rid of the pesticide?
How long?
Yes.
Can you repeat the question, Linda? Okay, right. Okay, it's a minimum 15 minutes to 30 minutes. You soak the water, and then you can scrub it up, and then automatically it will remove.
Okay. Then,
minimum 15 to 30 minutes.
The next question is, infant. Can infant drink Terahertz water, and any maximum for the infant per day?
I didn't hear properly, Linda. Can you
can infant, baby, drink Terahertz water?
Okay.
And any maximum for the infant?
Here is it's a little challenging question, but what I would definitely let you know is, if at all you want to start on the Terahertz water for a baby, like wherein you are talking about 6 months and above, definitely you should mix this water in with equal amount of normal water first. Very important. You can mix it 50-50% and then start giving it, and once the child gets used to the water, then after maybe a month or 2, you can slowly increase the amount of water. Then automatically you should be able to increase it to the level where a baby, normally how many liters of water can you give for a baby? Maybe a liter, or maybe 500 ml per day?
No, because baby are usually drinking milk, so it depends. For some people who are breastfeeding, they actually don't give the baby water, because their breast also they provide.
Absolutely.
So that's why they are asking, because they are feeding with Terahertz water, because some parents are using milk powder to mix the
I understand. No,
water.
I think here why they are asking me this question is because this has a high energy water.
Yes.
And what we are telling is it's like 1:3 glass of water. If you're drinking normal 3 glass of water, you drink 1 glass of Terahertz water is good enough. That's the ratio what we say. So in the same way, of course, if you're talking about giving it for infants and child, it should be very low initially, because definitely it's a high energy water, and they should mix it with normal water, and then balance it with, as they progress, they need to increase it, but of course they can't increase it too much also. But there is one good news for the people is, please do give bath to the babies with Terahertz water. That's beautiful. That's absolutely, they will enjoy it.
Okay, third questions. Since we are consuming Terahertz good water, and our health are in good condition, do we need other supplements?
All right, that's a wonderful question actually. Do we need supplements? Okay, now the question is, do we have a mechanism to assess our body what is the nutritional deficiency? Do we have any blood test to show you what kind of vitamins you are deficient? We don't have, right? Normally, does the doctor do all the blood tests? No. If at all, if they do, they might do vitamin B12, vitamin D3, calcium, sodium, potassium, chloride. Other than this, omega-3, they don't do. Now, there are machines available which in our epigenetics we do. Like in a hair analysis, it will give you all the 18 vitamins, then the minerals, then the antioxidants, everything it will show. So what I would tell is, you need to know what is your real deficiency. It's not that you're drinking water and you're giving the water all the nutrition. I don't think so. Just drinking the water will have all the nutrition. You need to have your food also to contain the nutrition so that it gets absorbed. But the second problem we'll face is, you may be eating a nutritious food, but is your intestine absorbing? It may not absorb. So here what happens is your intestine also needs a minimum of 30 to 35 vitamins for it to function normally. So are you giving that? Of course, drinking water is very good, but you need to take nutrition. So it's a little not easy to answer question, but what I would say is definitely you need to check your vitamin levels, and then if you can top up with supplements will be very good. Like normally in my case, I don't top up myself with unnecessary vitamins. The reason is I take IV vitamin C to glutathione, everything I put. So every 3 months once only I will go for the vitamin jab. Otherwise I don't consume any vitamins regularly. I don't do it. So in that way, this is what I would tell people, that you need to check it up and then if necessary add on.
Okay. The other question, I want to know whether can resonate soft drinks or energy drinks and turn them into drinks which are better or less sugar content.
Hey,
I don't
let
think
me
so.
very very simple. Okay, this I can give you a beautiful explanation. Let's take 1 glass of normal water. Normal water, we take 1 glass, and let us put 10 teaspoons of sugar in it. 10 teaspoons. All right. Now, once you put 10 teaspoons, then you can resonate the water. Okay. Now, if you resonate the water, do you think the sugar level will come down? So it's the same question these people are asking me. Soft drinks definitely will have high sugar. How will the sugar content come down just by resonating? It won't come down. But it will facilitate the drink for you to consume it more easily. The taste will be very good, so you will consume. But ultimately you are still drinking the same 10 teaspoons of sugar. You still will be consuming it. The absorption will be much faster. That's it. But I don't advise anybody any soft drinks, any aerated drinks. I don't advise. I don't even advise any drinks from the stores wherein they use preservatives. I don't advise. So if people want to drink, they want to resonate it, I say you do it, but don't ask me questions where will it get the good benefit of drinking that preservatives and other things. It will penetrate into your body much more easily.
Yes. Next, I've been drinking the water for almost 2 years and find that nowadays my skin, especially my leg, is very thin and I can stretch easily and also leave marks after that. One of my downline faces the same problem as me. Appreciate if Dr. Prabhu can explain why.
Yeah, I think you need to repeat the question, Linda. Can you repeat? I need to listen it little loudly.
Okay. I have been drinking the water almost 2 years.
Okay.
Find that nowadays my skin, especially the leg, is very thin. So I can spread when there's scratch marks easily, and I leave marks there. After that, so one of my downlines or one of my clients also face the same problem.
Fantastic. Now this is where I need to guide these beautiful souls. What is their age? May I know what is their age?
It's not stated.
They need to tell me the age, what? Whether they are 10 years old, 15-year-old, 20-year-old, or they are 70-year-old, 60-year-old.
Oh, okay.
The reason is, if they are 50 plus, let's assume 50 plus. Let me give a general opinion. If it is 50 plus and you're drinking the water, now there is one thing you need to understand, that
it's between one is at 40, the other one is at 60.
Okay, let me first finish the 61. 41, of course, we can look into it. Now, if at all, if you are looking at the collagen in our body, especially in your skin, you need to have collagen, right? If you have collagen deficiency, how? Definitely the stretch marks will be there, definitely the scratch will be there. So it's not just water drinking alone you're going to get all the benefits of the skin becoming beautiful. It won't. Now, production of stem cells, will it be the same in a 60-year-old and a 20-year-old? It will be different, isn't it? It will be less of stem cells. That means your cell regeneration will be less. Other than that, skin definitely needs vitamin A, skin needs vitamin E, and of course we need omega-3. That is another very important ingredient we need to. So here what happens, it's not just the water alone. It's beautiful. Thank you very much for drinking the water for 2 years. It's amazing. But what we need to do is, we need to go a little more deeper and see what are the other areas your body needs, and then we rectify those. Will be more easy, and it will be apt to the situation for that particular person, because we cannot definitely generalize and immediately think I've been drinking this water, is there any situation right now because of the water? It's just not the water alone. We have to look at the nutrition as well.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Prabhu. The other question, I've been drinking Terahertz water for almost 10 months and I spray on the eyes too, but my eyesight is getting worse. So any idea?
What do they mean by getting worse? I don't know, because sometimes people, the language they speak, use all unfavorable words and unfavorable. I don't know, what do you mean by worse? No, the best thing what we can do, if you think the water, when they spray it, now who advised you to spray the water directly onto your eyes? There will be a question, nobody will advise you, but of course we do have people who have been spraying the water directly, because you can definitely spray, there's nothing wrong in it. But how an individual person is going to respond after the spray, we do not know. Now when they have a problem, definitely I will advise either they need to get back to us or get back to the doctor who has been treating them for their eye problem, and then see what are the other solutions which they need to look into. But per se, if you are talking about Terahertz water, by itself will not cause any major problem for your whichever part of the body. In fact, for my son, I am actually spraying over the eyes, and I'm using our Terahertz blower every day for the past 15 days. I think there's some good benefits for that's what he tells me, that there is some better vision he feels, but I don't know, I can't prove that. But I'm using the water, but only thing is I spray the water with a closed eye and then I use a blower there.
Okay. Just a sharing, because sometimes when they say spray, sometimes their spray are very strong. So if they spray direct to their eyes, sometimes it's also like, for us, those who encourage them, most of them, they actually use the eye type to just wash their
just
eyes.
put drop, yes.
That is okay.
That will be much better, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
if you're using a spray, sometimes if your spray is too strong and you hit, that maybe that's the reason.
Absolutely,
So,
because eye is very sensitive, Linda, cannot
yes,
directly
correct.
spray. But outside the eye you can spray, nothing will happen, closing your eyes.
Yes. So can we resonate water twice for drinking? Is there any maximum minutes we can resonate per drink?
No, normally with the jug what the company has given, the company has told that one resonating is good enough, that means 3 minutes. But in my practice in the past 1 year, I noticed that when I do it 2 times, it's much better. It has got a much higher energy. So I do it 2 times, that's all. But more than 2 times, not necessary.
Okay. So there's one question. It will help to lose or gain weight. I keep on losing weight, which is my concern.
Okay, losing weight will, why we are looking at losing weight is, okay, this is something very interesting actually. Probably this particular person's metabolic rate is much higher, you know, that means it's going at a very high speed, and then it will burn off all the fat. So when it burns off all the fat, definitely your weight will go down. Now the question would be is, by losing weight, are you feeling tired? Are you feeling sleepy? Are you feeling lethargic? If so, then we need to look at any other problem you have.
Yes,
But if you lose weight and you're very energetic, that means this water has done a good job. It has removed all the toxic fat from your body. Be happy that it has done this good job. But if by chance they feel there are other issues, then we need to really work on. Then once again, the age comes into the picture. What are the other medical issues they have? All this we need to question, and then only we can answer them.
Yes. Next question is, a consumer drank the Terahertz water for 6 months and the sickness of black pain has recovered almost 80%. But the pain came back now. What made the pain return?
Here I'm assisting him for the
sorry.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay, the consumer drank Terahertz water for 6 months.
Okay.
The sickness of the back pain have actually recovered almost 80%. But the pain came back now again. What made the pain to return?
Maybe he put a reverse gear in the pain. Okay, now, okay, what's it's a situation. Of course, some people may go through it. Now, we do have. Why do you have a back pain? Is number one is because your the bones down there is not strong enough. Number one. Number two, our muscle and the ligaments down there doesn't stretch actually. Most of us are always straight. We don't do the stretching actually. Now, it's not that he drank the water and the pain moved off. Probably it diluted the situation that your pain probably came down. It's good actually. But if the pain is coming back, that means the problem is still there persisting in the back. So it must be the back or the ligaments which needs to be looked into, and he needs to do proper exercise, stretch it, and then move forward. Because by water itself will not relieve any pain by itself. How will it do? If there is a physical problem, there is a physical problem. Of course, what will happen? The pain would have come down. Why? Because when you drink water, it dilutes your blood. Maybe the pain relieving situation happens at that particular point, and then you are okay. It's good actually. I'm very happy that they didn't have pain for almost 6 to 8 months. But now once again it is repeating, means water is not just sufficient enough. You need to look at other areas. You need to look at other nutritional deficiencies for your pain. Then definitely it can be.
Okay, that's a curing question again, you know.
Yes.
Can this water cure retinitis pigmentosa? This one I really have to.
Definitely fold my hands and say, please don't pull me into all this area and then make a mess. And then I give some comments, then people will come and ask me. So
Okay.
I don't want to. But we don't, that's why I already put the thing there. We don't recommend this as a medical device, and we don't recommend for any ailments. We don't. If you get the benefit, you will be happy. That's it.
Okay, this one here in the Philippines, we are drinking mineral water.
Okay.
Can we pour the mineral water in the Philippines to the Terahertz table pot? I think
Absolutely. Absolutely, they can resonate the water. So what will happen is the molecular structure changes. Now they are drinking the mineral water. Probably the mineral water frequency will be around 70 to 80. The size is slightly bigger. So when they resonate, it will become 7.6. So it's an advantage. They can do it, and better absorption because the angulation of our terahertz is wider. So the mineral and other things will be absorbed much better.
Okay, this one, how Terahertz water would help someone who is suffering from fibroids?
Once again, medical question.
Yes.
Because no,
okay,
we don't have any cases where fibroid we treat with Terahertz. What if it's so easy? All the hospitals will close. Cannot. We are not looking at diseases, but let me tell you, if by chance now fibroid, the reason I would say is it can be heavy metals inside the body, hormonal imbalances can be there. So you're drinking Terahertz water, and by chance you're lucky enough this gets balanced. Your heavy metal goes off, your hormone balance happens. Maybe your fibroid can come down one. We don't know. But if you're really looking at treatment of a fibroid with Terahertz water, definitely we don't advise.
Okay, there's Nikki would like to ask you, where can we do the hair analysis? Do your clinic do?
Yeah, I do the hair analysis. We do in Klang.
Okay, so I will just send Nikki your contact number.
No problem.
Okay. I think
that's it, Lalinda. I need to go.
Okay.
From morning, I started my work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and until now I'm running.
Okay. Let's go for the last question. Then we'll end the Zoom.
What is the mode of action of hair reversing? If these guys are going to ask me all the action and all, simplest way I can tell you is, see, most of the time the hair darkening is because the pigment is not produced down there in the hair follicle. Is because of heavy metal poisoning blocking it. That's one of the simplest reason I can give you. It's lead poisoning. Now when you use Terahertz water, there are chances that probably the lead has been removed, and then once again your hair follicle started giving that black pigment, and then it grows back to black. This is the only simple explanation I can give you.
Okay, Dr. Prabhu, I need this question because this is more I think quite a number of people would like to ask this question. Terahertz water can dilute our blood. I can I have done bypass, so the doctor advised me when I do the extract of my tooth, I have to stop my blood thinner medicine. So do I have to stop drinking Terahertz water? Also when I stop my medicine for 5 days, then to extract my tooth. It's going for the tooth extraction.
Now, how much of water are you drinking every day? 3 liters?
I think this Tang, would you like to unmute and answer this question? Tang, are you still online?
Okay, very simple, Linda. It's still okay. What I would advise is, see, when you're talking about a chemical being consumed in the form of a blood thinner, the actions are 100%. 100%. That means you take the tablet, it will thin the blood. All right. Now, this is where when you consume the tablet, definitely there is an action. So, what as doctors for dental or any other procedures, we will stop all the blood thinners before. But here, it's water. You're drinking water. One of the ways is because of the viscosity, it's much more thinner. Now, most of the time, our body knows what to do. It's intelligent enough. In very rare instances that when you are drinking Terahertz water and you go for a tooth extraction and you go on bleeding is a very rare possibility. The reason I am going to give you is your cells are healthy. Right? If your cells are healthy, the cells know if there is a bleeding, it will go and stop. Automatically, it can do the job, isn't it? The signals, your body knows what to do, when to do, it will do the job. So, in that way, Terahertz is a natural, amazing blood thinner. So, in that way, our body knows what to do. So, you shouldn't have any problem.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Prabhu. I know there are still a lot of questions, but I'm very sorry.
I think you
I
all
have to tell
answer.
them that's all for today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hope to see you next week again for exciting coming to your 1 year anniversary.
Absolutely. We need to celebrate it.
Yes,
Cheers.
we need to celebrate.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhu, for all your insightful sharing tonight. Thank you very much. And thank you everyone for attending the Zoom tonight. Sorry if Dr. Prabhu were unable to answer some of your questions. If